Hey guys, and welcome back to Brickman. Got some new interesting stuff to show you guys, and first starting with, starting to get into more of the train stuff like that, and as I promised you guys, and here it is, the first look of the cargo train that we got. And this is a pretty nifty thing that we got right here, and I would say I like this set a lot. And just I'll pull it apart, each section here, and I'll show you guys, and stuff like that. And we will go through them all. Let's see, starting with the electrical little spool things right here. This thing right here, pretty interesting. This has little cable things, or supposed to be electrical cables basically around it, but giant spools of it. And it was pretty neat because it came with this thing, so the crane could actually lift it up off this here. And I thought that was just, pretty neat. And this thing, it was very simple to build, but however, this have the look of it. It's like big, bulky, and says industrial to me, so it looks pretty nice. And then the next thing was the 3 little part set here of the octane fuel tank here, and a wheel barrel and a forklift attached to that. And the idea of this is that the forklift will come off the truck and basically come off the train, load the octane fuel thing up onto this truck that's right over here. And this truck wasn't too bad, build. It's pretty nice. It's interesting. The color matches pretty well with the rest of the set too. Can fit the whole minifigure in there, and then as you can see, the octane tank fits right under there. So pretty neat for playability wise. And then next this was probably my least favorite part of it, but for playability, I could see how it is. But the little cow, basically cart right here. And for this, to me, normally you'd see on trains that obviously the animals are kind of more inside of a actual car, mind you, just because of the wind and obviously stuff like that. But, for having to have it playability-wise, not too bad at all. These things come down right here for someone to come up over here, and then the rest of the cage comes down as well. That way you can get the animals out. And I bet you could probably, if anything, it would be neat to have a little bit more of these cows in there too. You could probably fit a lot more in there. But then it had like a little hay thing for it, a bucket of water, and a different pail there. And then we'll show you the awesome part, which is my favorite thing of this whole set, would be the engine itself. And man, is this thing pretty big and awesome to me. This was a really nice build. I love how they did this here with the front of the engine, and the doors open and stuff, so you can actually fit a whole mini figure in there. And they hid the power boxes and stuff very well. There's right here, you can turn it on, and you can see that green light in there. And this is overall very nice. And for me, and then also this set came with, it was $200 total. However, normally in the Lego store it's $200. For me though, I actually went on, cheated. I went on to Amazon and ended up getting this for $155. So not bad at all. I'm not sure where it did come from. I'm not sure where the seller was, but Amazon, yeah. It also came with this nice little, basically called train yard, cargo lifting area. But this thing's pretty neat because this slides like this, to pick up different items. And then this thing goes back and forth as well on the top. This has a little thing that screws around so you can actually get that hook to pick up some of those items right over there. And I thought that was pretty neat with that. It has a little office inside of there. And I guess the idea of this would be is to have a remote control for this as like a little crane thing. But you could dump some of the stuff like the fuel right there, can go on top of that. And that's where the fuel gets stored until the truck comes to pick it up. And some other things. And it came with these 4 minifigures here. Looks like 2 of these are railroad workers here that would be operating this thing. One came with the farmer for the cow, and then this other guy here. He originally came with the truck, and My only one insight to it is it looks like he's just here for the truck. But one thing that I was actually kind of surprised of is that they didn't put a 5th minifigure in here to conduct the train at all. So maybe one of these guys will end up being that role instead of just being a truck driver or something. So I may end up having that guy in the blue do that instead. I ended up coming with a lot of track here, so I got a lot of extra pieces of track. And obviously, you know, if you've been wondering where I've also been doing this, I will show you guys as well. There's a big new change I'm going to try and do, as I've been trying to talk about, and that came off, but well. Still a mess, but working on it right now, is this whole side of the table here, where you normally see here. The modular buildings are actually moved right over here now instead. And just, you know, when you walk in here, I mean, that's like now perfect line, you can see them there. That was pretty neat. And then once the whole sidewalks like that come down, I'll be able to do that, and it'll be looking a lot better. And there's a little extra space in the back here for whatever stuff, maybe you can store some things, but, you know, not too bad for space. I ended up doing, because just thought the neat concept is, because I want to have the train, it's going to go all the way around here, like in a little 8 form here, once the other table comes in. But I wanted to have it come through as well, go through here in the town kind of thing, just because it'd be neat to have a train going right through the city itself, like it has over that side. The only ugly looking part of this so far has been the track going onto the road over there, which, figure it out, but we're probably going to do some kind of ramp thing over there so cars can still get over there and make it look a little bit better. But that was kind of a little bit of we'll see how it plays out type of thing, but it'll have to do for now to get the concept working. And then this is basically, it worked out great coming through here, because where the modulars are moved now, this will all be grass basically here. Some other stuff will probably go on the sides of the roads here, we'll see how that goes, maybe fit more sets and stuff. And then once the other table comes in here, we'll be able to go this way and expand it out. And there'll actually be, which I'm going to try to do for you guys, is a bridge that's going to go across the water as well. And I'm probably going to have something either like come up this side of the table here and raised up here that way. And it'll be kind of a neat thing, because it's going to come connected through this way. And that way it can go around through that way and do an 8. And then this 2 spots here where there was road base plates, we'll probably end up putting grass there for now, and we'll end up seeing what goes there. I haven't decided what to exactly put there. Maybe the train station, a new train station could go there actually, and tear down the other one and make some room for some other stuff. Not too sure, but we'll see. And with the extra, like these, the set itself actually came with these 2 switch tracks, which these are pretty neat. They came with 2, one for each opposite way, but it just basically works with pushing this lever here, one going left, one going the right, and it works out nice. So let's see, if we put this one on that, how's that go? That one goes that way, and then the other one just same thing, basically just goes around that way. So pretty neat. And then it was a nice thing having these, with these trains going. I'm going to try and get 2 of them both if they're running at the same time, so you guys can see that. Hopefully, I think by the end of this month, July, this will be, railroad should be done for you guys. It'll look nice. That's what I'm going for by the end of July, beginning of August. Now that I've actually gotten that set secured, because I really wanted to get that first, just because it's been out for a while now, and I was afraid that it would go retire, and I didn't want to have to spend more money to try and get it. And always wanted to have 2 trains at least. And then get the finalization of that. And then when I put all these sets over here, I thought it was pretty neat what the table is for over there. It'd actually be nice when I get some more of these street lights, because it looks like it's going to fit a lot better for the buildings themselves to get a nice outlet over there and a power strip to get all lights connected over there. So it'll look pretty nice for over there. And just to show you guys a little bit, it's a little right now, but it's there. But right over here behind, that's where the other switch track went, and now we have a completed, almost completed off-rail here going that way. Haven't decided, might actually end up doing this the other way around and having it go from here, the switch off, to going around that way. And that way, if I get some more of these switch tracks, I can actually do like maybe one more off going that way behind the town hall in the assembly square. So if I ever want to store both trains, or even if I get a third one, which would be cool, and have just, you know, have them stored there so they don't run off and into each other and stuff like that. Did get both the train running, so let me see if I can get this up and running for you guys. They do both run off but each set comes with the the controller here. This one ended up, I have it with the left thing right here, and then if I can turn it on for you guys, you know, gotta reset them on its tracks. Looks good. Alright, let's get this one turned on for you guys too. There we go. Make sure it doesn't collide with the other train. But, slow this one down. But, looking pretty fast and neat there. It just hit the amusement park ride. But, not a bad looking train there. I like how it goes around that way. The only thing it's been is I think that... Whoops. We have a collision. There we go. Alrighty. But the only thing was, I think this engine is obviously a little bit more bulkier than the other train here, where it's kind of more sleek. So I think it's been hitting this ride a little bit more. So I'm going to have to look at that and see what we can do for spacing over here a little bit better. But still toying with and trying to secure down some of the train tracks here. That's the one thing that is hard and unfortunate with some of these tracks, is like the switch track and the curve track here, is you can't lock them down, so you have to get the circle pieces really to do that. But you know, once you put more things on here, the weight will actually keep it down. But when it's just flapping like this and nothing on it, then nothing really to keep it on it. It's like the switch track down there has been moving a little bit because it's not really in-placed into the studs at all because of the way it's shaped. And yeah, the only one thing that was negative on this was I really wanted to get this train put together, and the way that this is installed right now, the battery box is somewhere in here. So I ended up taking, and I didn't have enough batteries, so I ended up taking the one from the carousel and putting it in there. So need some more AAA, so I'll go back into the carousel and have all these function again. But yeah, I figured I'd just share that with you guys. It's getting there. Doing some new changes, some new designs, just trying to think of what things will look better and stuff for you guys, just to see that. Like I said, next week or so, probably going to be, the next thing is to get the last table for in here for now until I end up getting a bigger space, which will go right here. And then getting more base plates actually be the next project, because right here is going to require a lot more green base plates. The docks are going to need gray, and then get some more water ones to finish off the ocean. And then the following week will be in order, the first pick-a-brick order to get the actual track detailing and stuff like that for the ground, the siding, and other stuff like that, just so show you guys that. And I did do a Lego Digital Designer of that as well. I'll show you guys that. I may end up keeping this as a surprise until then, actually, because I did do one trying out some different track designs, stuff like that. And I think you guys will like the one that I ended up choosing for this one, and we'll see how it looks in real life. But you guys like that. In case you're wondering, rest of those sets right now, unfortunately, it's in this mess on the floor here. There's a lot of people missing too down there from the city. Probably going to end up putting those somewhere on the shelf. I don't want to have them completely destroyed, those designs, and the rest of the figures. Going to end up really figuring out having a little small police station thing somewhere, not having a huge one. Unfortunately, you know, just don't have the room for them, so I'll probably do like a little mini police thing, probably over next to the bank, or maybe somewhere over here in the harbor or by the fire station, but I'll end up figuring that out. So until then, guys, hope you enjoyed the update. Until there should be another one within the next week or two, just showing you guys a table and stuff like that. Until then, bye-bye, and keep building, guys.